Hey everyone, welcome back to the Data Pack project. So I'm taking a break from the rune system to work on advancements. Yeah, so this is another great reason to restart the whole project because now I can actually keep up to date with the advancements. I don't have to go back through all my creations and try to think out what actually needs, advancements. So, like usual, we'll split this into two. We'll go over the advancement system I've created, how it's meant to help the player understand the data pack, and then in the next one we'll go over the technical side of how to actually make advancements, which is a bit simpler, so I think I can get a bit more in-depth into actually how to set up advancements within a data pack. Okay, so we'll open up advancements. As you can see, we have a few from the get-go. We have the seasonal icons. So I haven't done any of the description text just yet. I don't know if I want to give the player a understanding of what the seasons entail, or just help them understand that they unlocked or they can experience X season in X biome. And then we also have our Enchanter's Crucible, Layer 1, Layer 2, and eventually Layer 3, which is, again, one of the core crafting mechanisms that I'm using for my map. In fact, I've come up with the general stations I want to use. So we've got this little shulk tower, totem, whatever you want to call it, you craft on the Soul Lantern. Fusion, I think, is what I used to refer to it as. Then a new one using the Amethyst, which I think is going to be the three main crafting stations. And then we also have a grindstone and just a fletching table, because I actually want to make use of the fletching table, since everyone really wants to see the fletching table have a proper use, and it doesn't at the moment, unfortunately. As well as wax copper, ancient debris, and the reinforced deep slate, which I like as a pseudo crafting bench, right? But anyway, we'll get back into the advancements. So, why don't we go through how to actually unlock them? For the Enchanter's Crucible, for instance, you need a Soul Campfire. There we go. So we get Enchanter's Crucible, then you need Amethyst, so we get Layer 2, and then you need 4 Crying Obsidian. So if I swap to 64, there we go, we get all 3 advancements related to the Enchanter's Crucible. If we go through them, we can read that it says, place a Soul Campfire surrounded in a cross of any walls, then place an Amethyst block on top of the Soul Campfire surrounded in a cross of any walls, and then place a hollow cross of Crying Obsidian centered on top of the Amethyst block. So I think, and I hope, that this is a decent way to depict to the player how to actually assemble these multi-block structures. Let me know, is this wording good enough? I don't really know how to refer to the block placements, right, on a grid. I could type it out, I suppose, do, like X's and O's or something like that to indicate where exactly to place them, but I think a Soul Campfire in a cross of walls, makes sense. And then the walls is a bit iffy. I've made it so you can use any wall you want. You just need them as supports, if you will, for the Crucible, just to, give it a bit more functionality and a little bit of a design aspect. But yeah, so that will be the type of advancements I outline for all the different crafting stations, and they will simply be unlocked as you find the correct items to build said station. So again, as we found a Soul Campfire, you unlock Layer 1, gives you the prompt, so you can go look and read. They are here also, they're not hidden, but as Layer 3 isn't unlocked yet, it is not shown. And then, of course, Layer 2, Layer 3. So I think that's going to be a fairly decent way of doing it. But we'll get into the meat of it, which is the rune system. So to actually outline the entirety of the rune system, we have, of course, different stages. So for instance, the first one, so a grindstone can be placed on top of a lodestone to grind up certain equipment. And just like the crafting stations, this is unlocked by getting a grindstone. Then we have the next advancement in the chain, which is grind some glow squid ink onto a piece of paper using the grinding station. Then after that, we have the art of rune crafting. Use an anvil to imprint a word onto infused paper, then toss it. So many typos. Another quick sec. There we go. That's of course why we do these videos, right? To find all these errors. Then toss it into an Enchanter's Crucible with a corresponding catalyst item. But obviously, what are the words to imprint and what are the catalyst item? So if we go ahead and make the infused paper, so we need some paper, we need some glow squid ink. We can then toss them onto our grinding station. 1, 2. Perfect. And there you go. We get the advancement rune crafting, which is the important one. And of course, infused paper once we actually pick up the paper. So now we have a whole new tab, which is rune crafting. As you can see, they're all automatically unlocked. And that is because this is a crafting directory, if you will. This is what I think is probably going to be the best way to showcase to players different recipes for the data pack, rather than, say, giving them a book to read over where I've typed everything out. I think visual cues are always, a bit better. So we have Codex of Craftable Runes, rename infused paper with the keyword and throw it into an enchanter's crucible with the corresponding catalyst item. Then on each of these different icons, we have keyword, glide, catalyst item, feather. So what this means is if you take your infused paper, rename it to glide, get yourself out a feather, and then toss them both into the enchanter's crucible. 1, 2. We can now craft the corresponding rune. So this is the index that you can now use to understand all the different runes you can craft, and for any of the other crafting systems that I put in, this is the same strategy I think I'm going to implement, where they're going to be different advancement tabs that are fully unlocked, hopefully not too much of an eyesore, and outline everything you need to do in a key sense, if you will. So I think, again, the description of this is a decent summation. If there's anything I need to clarify you think I could word a little bit better, do let me know. I'd love the advice. And then, of course, we have all the different recipes separated by keyword and catalyst item. And then, of course, the icons to showcase exactly what item. So these are the 20 items you need to craft the different runes and what runes they each are. So Warp, you need an Ender Eye. Doom, you need a recovery compass. Sneak, you need an ender pearl, etc. Then back to the main advancement. So now we've crafted our rune. So we've done the use an anvil to imprint a word corresponding to the codex, and we've got all the different extras we can now unlock. So we've got what the eyes can't see. Use the grinding station to turn phantom membrane into paste, then apply it to an item frame to turn it invisible. So we get out some phantom membrane. Perfect. Again, go over to our grinding station. Actually throw it onto the grinding station for once. There we go. And we get what the eyes can't see. We can take out a item frame, any item frame at all, and use it to turn it invisible. Perfect. And then counter to that, we have the next advancement, show and tell. Remove the invisibility from an item frame by throwing a brush onto it. So we get the brush, we throw it out, and ta-da, we get the advancement, and the item frame is back to normal. And this is the same unlock mechanism for the iron nuggets into iron nails, so you can throw them into makeshift nails by tossing them onto a block of ancient debris, and then you can use them on an item frame in a similar fashion, which I think this, actually, I need to clarify. They can be dropped onto an item frame. Same with the phantom membrane, right? Because I said apply, which most people think left or right click, right? So I do have to clarify that up. Then we also have grown some normal squid ink onto a rune. I think normal shouldn't be capitalized. The capitalized I'm trying to make sure to only use when it's referring to an item or one of the crafting stations that we've come up with. So onto a rune, because again, that's subject matter related to the data pack, and they correspond to all the different runes. Using the grinding station to hide its name. And then, of course, we have the remove the fixtures from an item frame by throwing shears onto it. So throwing and dropping is the correct terminology. So I do have to fix these up quickly. Right, that should clarify things a bit better. Then drop it onto an item frame to turn it invisible. And they can then be dropped onto an item frame to fix it in place. Okay, let's just unlock all the advancements so we can see what exactly I have made. We'll quit out because we don't want the endless prompts on screen, right? Advancements, this is everything I've come up with so far for Runechant. Obviously, it's not much. Interesting. Right, because it's hidden. No, I have it unlocked. There we go, all better. Somehow I deleted a comma. I don't even remember editing it, but hey, I did. Alright, so we'll go back and we'll grant the rest of the advancements like we were trying to do. And again, so far, I want to do this as I do each system, right? So I guess the blueprint for this series going forward will be I come up with a mechanic, I showcase the mechanic, I show the technical side of the mechanic, then we do the advancements for the mechanic, probably not the technical side anymore, I probably only have to do that once, right? And then we go into the next thing. So three episodes on each system, I think is going to be decent. I do, again, still have to add descriptions to some of these. I don't know exactly what I want for the seasons, but I do like this branch, right? So you've got the first variant of the season, the alternate variant, and then the next season in the cycle, which hopefully is indicated well, that it goes bloom, gust, heat, frenzy, storm, and then you've also got the alternates. I don't know, I'll think on that. But I think the rune crafting system has turned out very well. So I think it is pretty decent at explaining. I don't know, I'll do them slowly if you're interested in reading. And then if you've got any notes or advice, let me know. If you think it is pretty good the way it is, well, that'll be good to hear too. Alright, perfect. And then all the crafting. All the crafting's the same anyway, so item and then catalyst. It's not much to it. Ah, it's going to be a lot of tabs. I wonder what happens if you extend. I'm sure arrows pop up, right? Have to. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Let me know what you think about the advancement system. Hopefully it is going to be suitable for the map as an explanation. And boy is it much easier making them while everything's still fresh on my mind from compared to previous where, well, I tried to backtrack and come up with so many. Anyway, see ya.